Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the campus of Utah Valley University, the Utah Community Credit Union Center, where we are underway. 2024-2025 wrestling season is upon us, and man, we are in for a treat. The Oklahoma State Cowboys visit Orem for only the second time in school history, and we have some new faces in the corners. Right, Chasen?
Sam, this is exciting to be hosting the Cowboys with a new coaching staff. Utah Valley last year saw the retirement of a longtime coach, Greg Williams. He was replaced with former Boise State All-American wrestler and new faces, and kept several wrestlers from last year's roster in his effort to make a more competitive wrestling room and improve results on the mat.
We are certainly lucky to have Coach Hall join us. Very excited about what he's already accomplished, what we got in store. That brings us to David Taylor, the former two-time NCAA champion from Penn State. We all know him, right, Jason? He, interestingly enough, he spent part of his life growing up right here nearby in Evanston, Wyoming, even participating in tournaments in Utah. In 2012, David Taylor actually came right here to Orem, Utah, and the UCU Center, where his team, Penn State University, wrestled a duel against the Wolverines with head coach and former Wasatch High School great Cale Sanderson. So listen, there is no better way with the retirement of John Smith than to replace him with the superlative athlete like Taylor. We all know, three-time world champion, to go along with a Tokyo Olympics gold medal. Oklahoma State should have no problem continuing their legacy as one of college wrestling's best programs with the new head coach. This is awesome to have this type of talent coming to town. Coach Taylor, I mean, he's a legend in the sport, right?
Yeah, and what a welcome. We had guys signing autographs earlier and the kids lined up to see Coach Taylor.
Well, the great thing that we have is UCU Center is packed. Everybody's got their light sticks. Wolverine wrestling is in full swing, and we are lucky to have the Cowboys in town.
Well, here we go with the lineups. At 133, we got Case Mauger. He'll be either wrestling Cale Hughes or Reese Whitcraft tonight.
Up at 141 pounds, we got Coulter Burton going up against our stud, number 26 ranked Hayden Drury. Exciting matchup there.
Here at 149 pounds, Cutter Sheets or number 18 Carter Young will be wrestling from Spokane, Washington, Cavelli Quintanilla.
Now, keep in mind, guys, this is probable lineups for tonight. In a number of these weights, you're going to see two guys walk out, shake hands. This will be a mat time decision on what the actual lineup is going to be. Man, Oklahoma State, they're kind of showing the cards here. They're coming right to the edge of the mat, meeting these guys off the mat. I kind of appreciate that. Up at 157 pounds, number 8, T. Travis going against Riker Fulmer.
Riker Fulmer pushes past Travis and shakes his hand in the center mat as intended.
That's how it should be.
Got a big reaction from the crowd there. At 165, probably the highlight match of the night, number 5, Cameron Amin wrestling number 6, Terrell Barraclaw.
Cameron Amin, a transfer from Michigan, awesome, multiple-time All-American. Man, Oklahoma State has picked up a number of transfers, high-profile transfers, Cameron being one of those.
Speaking of which, number 4, Dean Hamady, another senior transfer, will be wrestling Mark Takara for Utah Valley University.
Up next at 184, probably Oklahoma State's toughest wrestler, number 3, Dustin Plott, going up against Caleb Uhlenhaupt. Oh, there's going to be two weigh-ins, or two possible lineups here. That's Dustin Plott or Jersey Rob.
Dustin Plott returning off last year's season as an NCAA finalist. 197 pounds. Oklahoma State sending out Luke Serber, number 19. He'll be wrestling for debut wrestler Cale Benny, Utah Valley.
And a big transfer coming from Air Force. Number 2 ranked Wyatt Hendrickson, senior last year, coming out, rocking the mustache, going up against number 33 ranked Jack Forbes. Jack Forbes came away with a pretty big win. We'll talk more about that later here in the program.
Wyatt Hendrickson, been in the game for a while, extremely impressive record, took 3rd at the last 2 NCAA championships.
Tough wrestling wrestlers in town tonight. We welcome viewers, whether you're joining us on Flow Network, we are, whether you're Oklahoma State fan or you're Utah Valley or University fan, we welcome you. Thank you for joining this broadcast.
Honorary captains taking the mat. We begin our coin flip and get this duel underway.
Stick with us while we go through the honorary coin flip. Who will get decision? Who will start the matchup with choice? So let's talk a little bit about Coach Taylor. First year at Oklahoma. We got Adam Hall, first year here at Oklahoma State. First year of Adam Hall here at Utah Valley University. What do you think, Chasen?
Hey, there's a lot of excitement in the room, Sam. We got 2 extremely storied coaches. Oklahoma State, obviously a storied program. They've had success for 100 years over there in Stillwater. And like you said earlier, what better person to take over the program than David Taylor? John Smith left a legacy. David Taylor comes in after an extremely impressive career, world and Olympic champ, and just recently 3rd at the World Championships.
Yeah, how would that be to be a college wrestler and have your head coach, literally one of the top in the world, competing for a world championship? David Taylor has always represented the United States well, winning world and Olympic championships. Came up a little short this year. Man, wrestled a tough Russian in the first round of the world championships and came up short. So took 3rd, came back, took 3rd, wrestled super tough.
We have our captains here in the center. As they shake hands, we're going to be starting the duel off at 174 pounds.
You know, I got to be honest, Jason, just kind of the energy in the room. Obviously, the house is packed tonight. There's a few thousand people here in the UCCU Center. Big turnout for our duels. This, I think, is a standard that we're keeping ongoing here. But just kind of the energy, the chippiness on the shoulder of Utah Valley University. Like, you know what? We know you guys are the big dogs, number 3 ranked team in the country, but they're here to battle tonight.
For your safety, please remain in your homes with the doors locked. Tonight, the battle will commence.
So here we go. 174 pounds. We are up. Deem Hamidi, senior, going up against Mark Takara,
Dean Hamady, like we mentioned before, a transfer from Wisconsin. He wrestled under the tutelage of Coach Bono. Transfers here for his final year of eligibility. Fun fact, his little brother's also on the Oklahoma State roster.
Oh, and we're underway. Quick shot. That was a great quick shot right off the whistle. Mark
Hamady
coming out, but a reshot, kind of a scramble to a reshot. Hamady puts him back down, gets a three-point takedown right on the edge of the mat, going for that cradle, but then UVU earns that escape. Back up neutral. Oh, picks the foot up, sweeps it down, trips it down. Another three-point takedown.
Mark Takara, our wrestler from California, Temecula, he's wrestling the number 4 wrestler in the country. Looking for an opportunity to make something happen here. He gets another escape here on the edge.
Coach Andrew Hochstrasser in the background there for a moment, giving on all the advice he can from the corner of the mat. Nice hand fighting going on here. Takara's keeping his hands going. Oh, Hamady with a shot. Awesome scrambling going on here.
Takara still wrestling this position. Hamady really stingy and gamey in this position, though.
Got him on his hip, got him on his butt. Got to look to isolate that. Hamady kind of seatbelt tilts him over from their feet here. Comes away with a quick three-point takedown. That three-point takedown, I'm telling you, you put it together a strong showing on your feet in that neutral position, and man, in a short amount of time, we can turn a match into kind of a blowout with 9-2 in here in the first period.
Yeah, the new scoring, three-point takedowns, really changes the dynamic of how important it is to defend your legs and not get taken down in those positions.
The crowd screaming 3 just doesn't sound the same as 2, right?
We're getting there.
Another
I've heard
another
some good
three-point
threes.
takedown for Hamady.
Hamady coming up a weight class for his senior year, typically been a top 5 consensus wrestler at 165 in years past.
Do you feel like with a transfer, I'm going to call it, do you get to pick your weight? If you're like, hey, I'm going to transfer, I'm going to leave either my last year of eligibility with the alma mater that I've spent the majority of my college career with. Do you think that happens? I mean, Coach Taylor's put together a great team, obviously, right? Number 3 ranked in the country. How does that work, Jason?
Well, Coach Taylor has said in press conferences that, they've asked him who's going to wrestle, who's going to be on the lineup, and he said, we're going to put the best team out on the mat. So he feels Hamady's best at 74s, and their lineup's the strongest there. I think that's what he's doing.
So as the first round expires, we come into the second round with Takara's choice choosing down. Scores 12-3. Oh, quick tilt here. This is another scoring opportunity for Hamady.
Ref waves off the counts.
Claw ride here, like a spiral ride. Hamady doesn't mind being down on his hip. He's got a seatbelt across the hips here.
Hamady known for being really sticky.
No, he rides so darn tough. No space with his hips. Rides that spiral ride super tough.
He's got some length and kind of worked into a crossface there.
Coach Taylor says, let's let him go, cut him out. Takara earns that 1-point escape.
Hamady from Illinois back in scoring position here.
Got on our feet. Back down, another 3-point takedown. Takes that score 15-4.
50 seconds remaining in the second period. 50 seconds.
Takara looked there. He's kind of going for broke. Almost tried for some type of lateral drop or a throw. Got to set that up right, Chasen?
Yeah, Takara right off the whistle, first round, super aggressive in that position. Hamady a little too much on top here. It's sticky and really aggressive.
Riding tough here. He's got a leg ride here, keeping Takara's hips pinned to the mat.
Short time.
Oklahoma State's choice here in the third period. Hamady choosing down.
Hamady chooses bottom.
Takara immediately goes. Oh, what a nice switch.
Yeah, kind of from his feet there, huh, Sam?
Standing switch where he almost kicked forward and used that momentum to sweep back.
1 point escape to
Takara still wrestling in there. Winds up getting taken down.
With that takedown, that means technical victory, technical superiority, so a tech fall. Scored 20-5. That earns Oklahoma State that 5-point victory in the team score as we move on to 184 pounds.
Extremely impressive showing from Dean Hamady. Extremely offensive, scored in every position. Coach Taylor couldn't have asked for much more out of that performance there.
All right, up next, super stud at 184 pounds, Dustin Plott, a senior. He's been a fixture in the Oklahoma State lineup for a number of years. He's going up against Caleb Uhlenhop of Utah Valley University.
And at 184 pounds, the number 3 ranked wrestler in the country from Oklahoma.
Like Sam said, we've seen Dustin Plott wrestle the last few years. He's really come into his own as a leader on the team. Caleb Uhlenhop, sort of fresh on the lineup. He's been starting the last few duels that UVU's had, and Las Vegas native. He's got a little bit different body type. He's longer, he's lengthier, and a little bit unorthodox in his wrestling style.
Nice changeup by. See the hand fight, extremely heavy hands by Plott.
Yeah, those hard snaps to get your opponent stepping is so you can get into a scoring position here.
Wizard position. Now we're trying to keep our hips on top. Hips shifting back and forth. That finish is going from single leg to double leg, and now Uhlenhop on his hip, trying to just hold a lock around the chest to keep off of his hip and off of his back.
Not a score yet.
No score. Oh, we got a leg ride almost. He almost rolled backward through a leg and put a leg ride on for a takedown, but Plott elevates and turns it back into an attack for himself, scoring a 3-point takedown.
And this is what I was talking about, Sam, with some of that unorthodox, kind of got some funky rolls and stuff to him. He makes him a really hard wrestler to guess here. Plott in deep on the legs for quite some time and didn't quite get the takedown until that roll.
I feel like that's probably one of the big differences as you step up from high school to college wrestling is the fact that takedowns last a long time. It's not like, oh, I got beat, I'm going down. It is fighting to the bitter end. You see scrambles, you see rolls. Nothing that comes easy, right?
Yeah, getting in on the leg is like the first part of this process, but it's maybe the easiest. Finishing an attack or takedown is quite the job.
Man, we are right on the edge of the mat, and Plott pulls a almost like a bar tilt and ends up picking up a 4-point near fall.
They wrestle here on the edge. Plott kind of forces him out of bounds here.
Score 7-0.
Just under a minute left in the first period.
Optional start gives him a cut where Uhlenhop earns that 1 point escape, and we're back up on our feet. Uhlenhop now in a Russian tie, kind of reached forward on an inside trip. Nothing too explosive or powerful on that, just almost like a fake.
Plot another Oklahoma native on their roster here. You'll notice as we go throughout the duel, they kept a lot of Oklahoma talent in state, which is something that's been important to Utah as well here at Utah Valley.
That's a cool thing I think you see too, Jason, at different levels. States like Oklahoma, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and we're gonna throw Utah in there as well. Guys that programs that can keep their wrestlers, their best talent in state. Man, it's cool to see. These guys grow up in the program. They understand the style that comes from that part of the country. It's always cool to see.
At the end of the first period, it'll be 10-1 for Oklahoma State's Dustin Plott. Caleb Uhlenhop choosing bottom here. Dustin Plott's last experience with Utah Valley Wrestler was against Demetrius Romero, the NCAA championships, where he also came away victorious.
Hand fight here. Uhlenhop doing some decent motion, a little snap to the head and some fakes. Those setups are nice, but you got to put them together, right? 2, 3, 4 setups to then get to that shot, which again, like you had said, Jason, is just the start to how I earn a takedown at the Division I level.
Plott really good at moving Uhlenhop, getting him to step, but Uhlenhop's length and putting his head in the way is really some good defensive position.
Shot. Wizard position here. Oh, with the cover of that far leg, Plott comes away with that 3-point takedown. Stand up and escape.
30 seconds left in the second period. Both wrestlers in the neutral position. Uhlenhop moving his hands. Does make contact with the leg.
Oh, short drop to that low-level shot. Now in a drape position. Plott's on the edge of the mat here. With short time, we got to look to scramble and avoid the takedown. We're still scrambling. We're still scrambling.
No score as time expires there. Third period. This will be Oklahoma State's choice. Dustin Plott chooses bottom.
Plott fires right up to his feet, grabs the lock around his waist, and just turns and faces. Beast mode right there. I like the pace that Uhlenhop has kept as we've gone into the later rounds here. Let's see if he can put something together where he takes these setups and actually turns them into some offense.
Yeah, second period, he kind of got into a stride. He got to a leg, and hopefully you can see a takedown out of him.
Plott does a good job of like a club or a hand control to a fake that really gets some unique motion, and then he ends up setting up shots like this sweep single, finishes on the outside. Still scrambling, though.
Plott got in so deep and still no takedown.
Yeah. We're still scrambling on the edge of the mat. Oh, he's reaching for that far ankle. Uhlenhop's got to try to peel that off or extend his leg out. Got to get some flexibility here. Nothing yet. We're on the edge of the mat. Still plenty of room, man. We wrestle way on the edge. Only one supporting point of contact needs to be in the inner circle to keep it live. Another reach across. Oh, and the ref gives it up, even though we had a whizzer. Ref go ahead and gives a three-point takedown.
Uhlenhop quick to center. 41 seconds left in the match. Plott's going to optional start here.
Jason, when you got a match like this, it's obviously there's a little unbalanced here. What do you do in a situation like this?
Well, we have victory series. You know, you throw in headlocks, anything feet to back. When you got to score a lot of points quick or get a pin to win the match, you kind of go for broke. Plott with the takedown.
Not enough for Uhlenhop to get that offense going. So Dustin Plott, as we expected, man, tough wrestler, number 3 ranked in the country. He comes away with a victory at 184 pounds.
Fans, it's time for the Lucky Seat promotion.
We're going on up.
197 pounds.
Number 19th ranked wrestler in the country.
Number 19 for Oklahoma State, Luke Serber,
And now for your Utah Valley,
be wrestling Cale Benny, redshirt freshman.
from Layton, Utah, Cale Benny.
Utah Valley's lineup with a lot of fresh faces, a lot of new guys. Lone senior being Terrell Barraclaw. Cale Benny, extremely gamey, local athlete from Layton High School. Not too far from the campus of Utah Valley. Some good motion there, right, Sam?
Great motion.
Cale Benny, a redshirt freshman, squaring off against a senior for Oklahoma State.
That's when you could go hang it all out there, right, Chasen?
Right. This is opportunities for Utah Valley athletes. They're wrestling ranked opponents, opportunities to upset someone, make a name for yourself.
That shot right there, Serber just blast double. There was some distance he covered there to cover ground, capture the legs, and just blast through. Nice finish by Serber.
Serber, like his teammate from the last match, Dustin Plott from Tuttle, Oklahoma. Another of those in-state talents sticking around to wrestle for Coach Smith and now Coach David Taylor.
Ooh, heavy snap to a shot.
Benny in on a leg here. He's got it in deep, but he's on his belly. Serber doing a good job of lifting. Kind of sit in that corner.
When you're here, Jason, what do you got to do? I mean, you got a leg. Now Serber's taken what was Benny's offense. Now Benny looks to be in that defensive position, and man, he turns it into his own three-point takedown. Serber with that go behind.
A lot of motion here. When you get in on a shot, you can't really stop in there, especially against these top-ranked athletes in the country.
I like Benny's heavy pull to a shot. Man, the shot was good, just not enough power to carry through to actually get that strong finish.
Cale Benny looking so much stronger since he's been at Utah Valley. Come up a couple weight classes. He's not as scrawny. He's still tall, but he's gotten some strength working in the weight room the last couple years.
No, he looks great. Super strong physique coming on. Hard work pays off.
Utah Valley wrestling tough teams to start their season with Coach Adam Hall, starting with Stanford, ranked CSU Bakersfield first, then Stanford, both ranked top 30 in the country. Stanford was 13. Then last week wrestling at Nebraska, number 4. And this week, number 3, Oklahoma.
Yeah, Coach Hall not shying away from going, hey, I'm going to wrestle the best competition here. Actually came away against that duel against CSU Bakersfield. where we come up away with an upset. We were not favored to win that match. We came away with some pretty big upsets and came away with that victory.
Yeah, last week I had the opportunity to watch the team wrestle in Nebraska at Lincoln. Won 2 matches out of the 10, and it's not really the way that the duel went is how the scoreboard showed it. There were a lot of close matches, some good competition in those tight duel.
That's an interesting thing about college wrestling, man. The parity is there, and I'm going to be real with you. On any given night, someone can beat someone else, even ranked opponents, right?
Yep. It's called a boxer's chance. Oh,
counts are coming on. Oh, gave him 2.
Serber, good job in there with good getting back to the mat and then putting him in danger right away. Luke Serber, a 3-time NCAA qualifier. He's been to the Big Show 3 times. Looking to end his career on the podium.
This is going to be an interesting year, too, in the NCAA where, shoot, I look at 3 or 4 teams. It's in the mix-up right now. Penn State always really tough, but, man, this team that Coach Taylor has put together to give them a run for their money.
Yeah, you look at the recruiting power that Oklahoma State has. They recruited an awesome coaching staff, some from Penn State, and Thomas Gilman, Kennedy. A lot of transfers coming their way, and then these incoming freshmen choosing Oklahoma State over potential Penn State, Iowa, those other powerhouses. Spoke with Coach Adam Hall about their tough schedule, this first go of being a coach here at Utah Valley, and he said we're looking to create a standard. We don't want to go below that. We want to raise up to the standard and expect big things of our guys. And he said they're wrestling well. No one puts their head down. No one quits.
That's what you want. You're always in the fight. As long as you keep going forward, you're always in the fight. And I think, too, when you talk about the standard that we create where, hey, listen, this is going to be the bare minimum, right? Where Big 12 wrestling gives Utah Valley University the opportunity to wrestle the best in the country year in and year out, right?
Yeah, there's something to be said. Wrestler looking high there.
Oh, legs caught a little bit there. Super comes away with a reversal there, 10-2.
Yeah, some coaches, Sam, would maybe pad their schedule a little bit, wrestle some, Division II teams or something like that. But Coach Adam Hall looking to face all their competition head on, straight from the get-go.
I like that pull to a shot. Oh, my goodness.
He's doing the right things, getting that movement going.
Man,
wound up in a precarious situation. Serber took advantage of it.
we're going to go to a break, but stick with us if you're joining us online for more Utah Valley University Wrestling up against Oklahoma State Cowboys.
This is everything, everything, everything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on now.
the right match can be difficult. Fortunately, Ken Garff Volkswagen Orem has exactly what you're looking for. With our large inventory of new and used vehicles, it's easy to find your perfect match at the dealership or online. We make car buying easy, and we're here for all your service and parts needs too. Come see our friendly staff today. We're conveniently located nearby on University Parkway. Ken Garff Volkswagen Orem, a proud sponsor of UVU basketball. We hear you.
UCCU Mobile Banking now comes with Learn and Earn, a fun way to learn about money. Learn and Earn breaks down financial topics into fun, bite-sized games like quizzes and trivia for your entire family. Every time someone in your family completes a game, they earn points towards gift cards from Apple, Amazon, Walmart, and a lot more. The more you play, the more you learn. The more you learn, the more you earn. Visit uccu.com/learn to start learning and earning today.
Refresh your senses with a wave of tropical lime flavor. Mountain Dew Baja Blast. In stores now.
Welcome back to the campus of Utah Valley University, the Utah Community Credit Union Center, where the Wolverines are taking on the Cowboys of Oklahoma State. Chasen, 3 matches down. We had a little break.
Hey, tough team. Utah Valley's wrestling, number 3 in the country. We got our work cut out for us tonight, including our next match at heavyweight. We got Oklahoma State University, number 2 ranked wrestler in the country, Wyatt Hendrickson at heavyweight. He'll be wrestling for Utah Valley, Jack Forbes.
Wyatt transferring from Air Force Academy, and I'll be honest, man, I've seen Wyatt wrestle over the last few years. Absolutely just a specimen heavyweight, big, strong, but that guy can move, right? Now, Forbes, look at that shot right off the whistle with a roll through. Oh, my, and he gets a takedown. There we go, and a roll through here. Oh, man, Hendricks, that goes to show you what I was just talking about. Hendricks moves like a 125-pound wrestler. His athleticism's crazy. His strength's off the charts. I love the tenacity that Forbes comes out with. And it's actually what I was just going to say, right on the edge. He comes out with a firecracker of a shot.
Forbes coming into his own. Wrestling last week, he upset a really gamey wrestler, McDaniel for Nebraska. Got his first win here. Now on the rankings, number 33 is Jack Forbes from Colorado.
For a second, the way that scramble ended up, I was like, oh, we're going to catch Hendricks, but Hendricks too athletic. Forbes earns that 1-point escape.
Hendrickson coming off a U23 world title. Extremely tough wrestler in the NCAA. He's got a handful of losses the last couple years. Took third in 2022, 23, and in 24.
You see that shot, high C to a double leg, just so smooth, so fast.
Hendrickson, one of those key transfers that shook up the news for a while in wrestling, as David Taylor took the reins at Oklahoma State.
The transfer window, Chasen, is interesting. Oh, out of bounds. We're coming back into the center. It's interesting because, man, on any given year, especially with the COVID years, some guys have earned their degree. And if they hung around the university they were at, it's like, okay, I'm hanging out. I'm going to take some postgraduate classes. And you know what? It's not a surprise to me that you're seeing some of the transfers that you've seen. But now we're kind of getting out of that time period. I think this is going to be the last year you're going to see that. But you still see guys who go, you know what? I got some options. There's a chance for me. Oh, shot here.
Match is tied up. Hendrickson scores a takedown. But you're right, Sam. We got graduates wrestling on lineups because they've been around for 6 years.
Interesting tilt here by Hendricks. Hendrickson tough on top. Look at the heavy cross face to the elbow. Running it through, looking for almost like a barbed wire here.
No quitting Forbes. He's fighting here.
Rolls through.
Gets an escape.
Hendrickson's just so powerful. Snaps down, goes behind.
Forbes, a redshirt junior from Littleton, Colorado, wrestled at Columbine High School. Looking to score, gets an escape here.
Forbes trying to defend. Looks like he's losing a little gas here, and man, Hendrickson's just keep putting it on.
I mean, you can see the physical size difference between the two athletes. Forbes, originally coming to Utah Valley, he's gained probably 50 pounds since he's been here. Really put the muscle on, gotten big to fill this role at heavyweight. But not quite as big as Hendrickson.
14 seconds remaining in the first period. 14 seconds remaining.
Tough ride. As time expires,
So far in the duel, this first period of the heavyweight bout has been exciting.
awesome. And again, I'm gonna give hats off to Forbes. He goes, you know what? I'm gonna hang it all out. He's shot. He's been aggressive, but man, not a match thus far as number 2 ranked. Wyatt Hendrickson has just pulled takedown after takedown. Here's a switch and a reversal.
Heavyweight news across the nation got shook up last week as Gable Stevenson announced his return to NCAA wrestling. He'll be wrestling again at Minnesota this season.
I thought that was interesting. I didn't know the rules because I know he did some contracts in the WWE. He did some contract with the Buffalo Bills. I thought once that was a professional contract, you couldn't come back to amateur sport. But I don't know. I don't know how it all works.
He's back.
He's back. But coming into this, where he just announced this just a couple days ago, the first thing I thought of when I heard the news was I was thinking about Wyatt Hendrickson.
And Greg Kirkley over at Penn State.
That matchup, however it's going to turn out, right? These three are obviously going to meet each other at some point here, not only through the season but postseason at the NCAA tournament. That is going to be an awesome, big return by Hendrickson. That's going to be a huge matchup.
Yeah,
I don't care either one.
What's it like to have an Olympic champ in your bracket, though?
You get him, right? Olympic champ. Didn't do the last Olympics either.
Didn't even want to. 40 seconds left in the second period. Score currently 20-7 for Oklahoma State Cowboy Wyatt Hendrickson.
Stall warning, second stall warning. Referee awards a point to Hendrickson. That's the way you don't want to go out, Chase. And I think Forbes knew he probably had to come out with all he had, with all of his firepower. And I think he's burned his gas tank a little bit. We got to see him get his knees up underneath him, back up over those elbows, try to put something together to earn some escape and or switch, get up off the bottom.
Time expires. It's Utah Valley's choice. Coach Adam Hall says go neutral.
Victory series, right, Jason? If you were Forbes, what would you do against Hendrickson here?
Going head throws. I'd probably just put him on his back and pin him.
Hendrickson comes away with another takedown to earn that technical superiority tech fall victory. So that rounds out our heavyweights, Jason.
Hey, Oklahoma State looking dominant, wrestling extremely tough fashion. Utah Valley wrestlers not going down easily, wrestling the entire match. We're going to come back to the lightweights, 125 pounds. Currently ranked 6th in the country, Troy Spratley, a redshirt sophomore, also an Oklahoma native. For Utah Valley, Bridger Ricks. A Utah native from Box Elder High School. Ricks coming off a good match last week in Nebraska where he went into overtime with Nebraska athlete at 125 pounds, Smith.
Ricks, before coming to Utah Valley, wrestled at Western Wyoming Community College in Rock Springs, Wyoming, not far from Wyoming, where David Taylor spent some time in Evanston, Wyoming.
Yeah, Ricks got a big chunk of confidence last week after taking an All-American into the deep waters. Super gamey, super tough.
I like his style, man. He's in for it. He's in for a battle every time. He's got some sharpness. He's got some intensity and some tenacity.
The Ricks brothers, his older brother just finished his career at Wyoming. Both really tough dudes. You know, they always have scratches on the bridge of their nose.
Yes.
They're in it for
That's what I'm
the
saying.
fight the whole time.
You see these guys, both the Ricks brothers, you'd see, man, black eyes, cuts, scrapes, because they're battling. And what better way to battle than a Wolverine right here against a Cowboy?
The crowd a little bit outraged at that exchange there. Had a little something to say about it. These two wrestlers in their ties. Spratley controlling the center of the mat.
Heavy hand down to almost a clear to a shot there. Man, I'm really impressed with Oklahoma State's footwork. You watch the way they fight their hands and then what they do with their feet. They are creating a lot of opportunity, and they're light on their feet. Their feints and their fakes are good. Oh, out of bounds.
Spratley, no doubt, working with a new coach on the roster, Thomas Gilman, Iowa alum, and also world medalist.
Actually, we didn't even talk about that yet. Let's talk about not only the wrestlers that have eligibility that transferred to Oklahoma State, but, man, the coaching staff that David Taylor's surrounded himself with. Gosh, we're talking star-studded. You couldn't ask for a better supporting staff, right? Not just the head coach.
Yeah, it's amazing. And recently they had Zahid Valencia moving into Stillwater to train with the team, with the Cowboy RTC. And so a lot of talent coming to Oklahoma. It's a good spot to be.
We're still level here in the first period. Both guys creating some opportunity with heavy hands, good motion, nice hand fighting.
1 minute remaining in the first period. 1 minute remaining.
Spratley at 57-kilogram U20 champ at the 2022 U.S. Open. He's wrestled on some big stages.
Now, a stall warning just got put on Ricks. Both guys have shown some initiative, but I think Spratley's overall pace caused the ref to say, you know what, Ricks, let's get a little bit more out of you. 27 seconds left here in the first period. Kind of hit a lull here. Man, we had a pretty fiery first 2.5 minutes.
Both guys came out guns a-blazing. Looks like their pace is kind of slowed down as we round out this first period.
Oh, nice pull there. Got Rick stepping.
We'll be scoreless at the end of the first period between Troy Spratley and Bridger Ricks.
Let's hear it, Utah Valley fans. Ricks chooses bottom.
Coach Timmy McCall for Utah Valley demanding a little bit more out of the referee here. Coach McCall, with the experience with Adam Hall over at North Carolina State, took a quick sabbatical from coaching, decided to follow Adam to Utah. where he's fit in perfectly.
Oh, no. We got a great new coaching staff. Oh, another locked hands right there almost.
Adam
Did
throws
not.
the brick here. Referee waiting for action to stop, and they're going to review this.
I think he's saying that he did not return that wrestler to the mat. That or I think he was also talking that the hands were locked. So as Spratley brought him back down, his hands stayed locked for a good amount of time. So I think Coach also saw, I mean, the action was happening right in front of Coach Hall. And so he says, listen, he held that lock well after we had returned to the mat.
Something we haven't seen from Coach Hall yet at these home duels is throwing the brick and making claims with the referees. Both refs are looking at this video. They're going to say illegal hold, 1 point to Utah Valley. That puts Bridger Ricks in the lead, and Adam Hall gets his brick back. He wants Ricks to keep the pace up.
Kind of what you want, man. If you got a good vantage point, we saw it. Illegal hold, meaning he held that locked hands. And another caution. That is another point. Because that's the second caution, so it's 1 point.
It's the third caution. David Taylor reminding the refs it's 3 before you give them a point. But there's some psychology going in here.
Nice roll. Ricks rolling. 2, 1, 2. Uh-oh.
Spratley really gamey up here.
Gamey, nice, almost claw that just hold him on his back for some near fall. But Ricks does a great job. Another roll here. Man.
A lot of action, a lot of movement out of these wrestlers. Minute left in the second period.
You're definitely going to want to see Ricks try to score here with 54 seconds left. I don't want to stay on the edge of the mat. Not a lot of opportunity. 1, 2, 3.
UVU fans and coaches alike looking for a stall at that point. Spratley kind of forced him out of bounds. Hey, there's some drama going down at Utah Valley tonight.
Yeah, there is.
With this 125 bout. Bridger Ricks wrestling number 6 in the country and currently winning the match 1-0. More than halfway through the bout.
I think what Coach is saying here, there's a mic down here for refs to watch the replay and give their own assessment into the mic. But I think what Coach Hall is saying is, like, it is incumbent upon another illegal hold.
Another illegal hold. That's 2. I don't think they can do 3 illegal holds in one match.
I think the third illegal hold ends up going to, that's a disqualification.
Both corners really talking up their guys in that short break as they deliberated over there on the side with the referees.
Rick's fighting hard on these hands, right?
Yep, Spratley looking to block with the knee here. Both wrestlers on their feet.
1 1,000, 2 1,000. There we go. And an earned escape by Ricks with 24 seconds left. Right on the edge of the mat. Now we got to be smart here, right? Chasen?
Hey, Spratley kind of forcing him out of bounds here. Ricks looking to circle in, and Spratley doing a good job of boxing him out. Doesn't count as a stall if you get boxed out. 17 seconds left in the second period.
You got to scramble, got to fight here. 10 seconds. Ricks has got to fight here. He's fighting his hand control down on the bottom.
Utah
Not
Valley
giving
crowd
anything
on their
up. 3,
feet.
2, 1. Almost time.
Hey, going into the third period, Oklahoma State's choice. Utah Valley up 3-0. Oklahoma State chooses neutral.
Takedown changes everything here, Jason.
Hey, we got a match.
Oh, we got a poked in the eye here.
I feel like, well, we're just going to watch this match unfold. Ref giving him just a second as he regains his vision.
What impressed me about the first round is I feel like Ricks has the change-up, the quickness, the foot speed to match Spratley's gaminess as well. So, Jason, this is anybody's match. Not just to own the middle of the mat. Now, we do want to remind viewers that Ricks was hit with a stall warning in the first period. So he can't go too light or too another stall warning. Now we're going to give up a stall point.
Yeah, Spratley did a good job of shooting him off the edge and a lot of action there. He earned the stall. Brings the match 3-1, still in Utah Valley's favor. Riding time is a factor. Spratley earned 1 minute and 32 seconds of riding time.
Takedown is pivotal here. Nice change up. Spratley's got a nice feint. That little step in and a little fake. Ricks has got to do better, turning his booty to the center of the mat and fighting right in the middle.
Coach Taylor.
Nice change up and then a drop down. Not a great shot, but it's deep, right?
Yeah, Spratley probably looking to drag him back in.
Ricks holds the hands and also the whizzer. 41 seconds.
Bridger in an interesting predicament. He doesn't want to back up. He needs to be active, aggressive.
What do you do here to tie this up and ice this match, Jason? You got to be your tie-up, right?
Yeah, I think a shot attempt of some sort, not backing out.
Shot, another stall warning. Now we're going to go into sudden victory if there's no takedown here. Oh, no, he says no stall. No stall. But
Spratley in a good position,
deep
shelving
here,
that leg.
shelving it up, short time, and a three-point takedown. And that is just enough to pull off a victory. Man, Ricks had Spratley right where he wanted him to pull up a big, big, big upset, but not enough. Spratley comes away with a takedown with less than 10 seconds left.
Bridger Ricks, back-to-back weeks of wrestling, returning All-Americans, coming down to the wire. Extremely good effort on his side of things and nothing to hang his head about. Winning that match going into the last 10 seconds.
Well, we are going to a break. So stick with us. We're at the campus of Utah Valley University. The house is packed. You see everybody here. Stick with us.
Starlight, Starbright, the first Carl's Jr. star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might have a juicy, charbroiled Famous Star burger with lettuce, onions, tomato, melty cheese, special sauce, dill pickles, and mayonnaise tonight.
You're doing it.
You got this.
Yes, this is great.
I've asked Walker Kessler to help me unveil UCCU's new elevated checking.
Oh, I get it. Because I'm elevated.
What? No, it's because elevated checking gives people more. Just like you give your team more on the court.
I guess I'm just so used to people making such a big deal about how tall I am.
Don't be silly.
So go ahead and pull the thing.
Yeah.
Huh.
Just visit uccu.com
and elevate your checking.
It's not always easy being the exception.
Well, it is historical as David Taylor comes in and brand new first-year head coach and again replacing the legendary John Smith, who was there for 33 years. Well, you got to have some credentials to coach at OSU. I think John was a 6-time world champion, 2-time national champion, and David Taylor comes in, one of the most decorated wrestlers ever in the United States, with a couple of world titles. Actually, I think he won 4 world titles and a couple of gold medals along the way, and a 2-time NCAA champion himself. So anyway, a very heralded coaches, and John Smith finally hung it up. And we thought maybe another OSU guy would slide in there, but no, from the powerhouse program at Penn State, David Taylor came out of, looking to again establish a coaching career. And luckily for Oklahoma State, he took the job. So pretty historical this season, David Taylor becoming the head coach, and again, high expectations. Overall, the team had some pretty good nucleus of returnees. 3 or 4 guys who probably didn't finish the year as well as they had hoped to a year ago, but who were really established. And again, the Cowboys, in fact, their entire lineup right now is ranked in their preseason rankings individually, but OSU is a team ranked number 3. A big part of that is, of course, they returned a 3-time All-American in Dustin Plott, everybody's familiar with. But with the new coach coming in, the Cowboys got Cameron Amin, another 3-time All-American from Michigan, has moved in, and Dean Hamidi Jr., a 2-time All-American from Wisconsin, comes in, and then one of the best heavyweights in the NCAA, that's Wyatt Hendrickson, who's a 2-time All-American, and he came in from Air Force to take over the heavyweight position. So again, those move-ins along with what OSU has coming back, expectations very high, no doubt, for Oklahoma State. Penn State still the king. They're not going anywhere. You're just going to have to keep getting better in order to knock those guys off. And Iowa is a solid number 2, but I think the gap with the Cowboys this year, if again the things turn out the way we hope, that the Cowboys are going to close the gap on those 2, and who knows what may happen when we roll around to March.
So let's just talk about the Big 12 as a whole. The last few years, Missouri's been the team that take the title and stuff. So it's not just the national side of it that Oklahoma State wants to be a top-tier team. They have to compete with some really good teams in the Big 12.
No doubt. In Missouri, Iowa State won the tournament a year ago, and the Cowboys finished second. But Missouri coming in from again, they were in the Big 12, the Big 8, and the Big 12. They moved on. Their school went to the SEC. There's no wrestling there. They went to the Mid-America Conference, and the Big 12 again at one point able to lure them back, get them back in the fold in the Big 12. And of course, they added Utah Valley and Northern Iowa and all these other schools to the mix to make it a bigger, more competitive conference. And then this year, even more so with the addition of, again, Arizona State and folks coming in. So the conference, again, just in wrestling is, again, a pretty solid big-time conference. And Oklahoma State, number 3. I think Missouri comes out of the gate maybe ranked number 8. They did lose a little firepower from last year. Iowa State also had a good chunk of guys that took off, but they're in the top, probably ranked number 11 right now. So it's Oklahoma State, Missouri, and Iowa State. But as you said, the Cowboys looking to get back in the throne room at the Big 12. They got some work to do there. And then again, on the national scene, OSU hasn't won a national championship since 2006. So again, a long time dry spell for a program that's won 34 national championships, the most of any school in America.
Yeah, and just a little bit about how does Utah Valley, a school that doesn't have much wrestling history, but it punches above its weight probably a little bit, and then at the same time it's been down a few years. How does this new coach and how does it all fit in with the Big 12, and can Utah Valley ever expect themselves to be a top-tier team?
Well, the fact they joined the Big 12 tells you that they're serious. They could have stayed, where they were, but they had the opportunity, along with a few other schools. And again, I mentioned a few of them who moved and joined the Big 12 just in the sport of wrestling. But Utah Valley was one of those early ones that jumped in with both feet. Yeah, we want to be a big-time wrestling school. That's all it takes, a commitment. And then, of course, you got to have the coach, the facilities, and you got to be able to recruit. That's what it's all about with NIL. Of course, that's a whole different world and a whole story for another day. But you got to be able to, again, get some top-notch wrestlers in here. And they've done that. They've had a few guys that, again, but you need more of them. And it's just a matter of continue to, again, brand new coach. I'm sure he's got some ideas how to get this thing really going. But the fact they joined the Big 12 tells you they're serious about wrestling. And if they just continue to grind away, again, that's the goal for them to be able to contend in the Big 12 first and then on a national level.
Knows that having a good credit history makes it easier to save money and get approved for the things in life you need, like credit cards, auto loans, home loans, and a lot more. But here's the problem. Building your credit history takes time. That's why UCCU created Credit Builder, an innovative loan program designed to help you build your credit history and raise your credit score. Visit UCCU.com to start building or rebuilding your credit today. UCCU. Love where you bank.
Get great seats, safer, simpler, and smarter with TicketSmarter. Choose great seats from over 125,000 live events, all backed with a TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Get your tickets smarter at TicketSmarter.com.
Let me tell you something, Mean Gene. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna leave it all on the mat, because that's what I do when I get it done so I can do it. Yeah! I'm on a new level.
Give your head a Mountain Dew kickstart.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Refresh your senses with a wave of tropical lime flavor. Mountain Dew Baja Blast. In stores now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Utah Valley University, the campus in the Utah Community Credit Union Center, where we have the Oklahoma State Cowboys taking on the Wolverines. Man, we've had some action. That 125-pound match that just finished went down to the wire, Chasen.
Hey, we're coming off a high here at Utah Valley. Fans were on their feet, came down to the last 10 seconds. Just didn't go the Wolverines' way. We're looking forward to the rest of the duel. Halfway through, we're going to pick up this duel at 133 pounds. After a brief intermission where we paid homage to a Utah wrestler, Sage Mortimer, world champ, grew up locally within 20 minutes of campus.
And she's young. It's a U23 World Championships. She's one of the wrestlers that came out of Utah, wrestling the boys, competing with the boys. Now she's in the women's divisions, and it's interesting because I feel like always the aspirations were big, right, Chasen?
Yeah, awesome athlete. Currently featuring Ben Kerr, a UVU alum, out in the center of the mat, getting the crowd hyped. Ben the hype man.
Ben Kerr, Utah Valley University's first All-American, placing fourth. phenomenal, outstanding athlete, actually a senior world champion. He's piping the crowd.
UVU staff saying, all right, Ben, good job. Ben Kerr, UVU's first All-American in wrestling. Still heavily involved with the program. Awesome individual all around. And we're going to continue the duel at 133. Reese Whitcraft, senior for Oklahoma State Wrestling. Case Mauger.
Mauger's tough, man. I'm telling you. Now, Whitcraft, one of the Cowboys' most seasoned wrestlers, 6th-year senior, 2-time national qualifier. This could be a good match.
Mauger out of Wendell, Idaho, comes down Utah Valley's. Been with the program for a while, really good in his ties. A lot of action out of these two athletes. The first minute of the match ticks away.
Mauger's got this wire strength. I've always been impressed with how just tough he is. Like his grip, his setups. Never gives up anything easy. He's got great ties.
Mauger worked with really seasoned Greco-Roman coach Ivan Ivanov up in Idaho.
Deep underhook here for Whitcraft. Overhook and an underhook. We're off on the edge of the mat. No one's takedown. We're out of bounds.
And Whitcraft, another Oklahoma native, stuck around to wrestle for the Cowboys. They do a really good job at retaining in-state talent like we talked about.
I think with the program that Coach John Smith put together for Oklahoma State, I think any young boy that had aspirations, of course, I'm going to go wrestle for world and Olympic champ Coach John Smith. So it's been aspirational, generationally aspirational, right, Jason?
Yeah,
a throw. Oh, Whitcraft has Mauger on his back. Mauger still in some danger with a 3-point takedown and a 4-point near fall. Man, that changes the match really quickly.
Yeah, up 7-0 Whitcraft after that exchange. But you're right, Sam. Oklahoma State Wrestling has been around since 1914, over 100 years, and they're the winningest program in the country. 34 national championships.
Yeah, if you're newer to the sport, you're thinking it's Penn State runs the dynasty table here, but, man, there were years where it was not even a question. Oklahoma State, under the tutelage of John Smith, they were winning.
They even won the first NCAA championships in 1928. The first one. Oklahoma State won it.
Another shot in by Whitcraft. Mauger tough, that's what I'm telling you. You see that he scrambles out. He's got a deep whizzer. He's got to try to keep Whitcraft's shoulder pinned to the mat, and he does. So referee says, stalemate, we're going to get a fresh start. Step back up on our feet.
7 seconds remaining.
Short time here in the first period.
Whitcraft, super experienced wrestler on the Cowboy lineup. Sixth season on the team. Like you said, 2-time NCAA qualifier.
So we came away with an escape there, but, man, we got a 6-point deficit here we got to make up. Mauger good on top. Oh, but Whitcraft, change over. Two of them. It's tough to hang on to a guy that does that.
Mauger looking to get back into his Russian tire 2-on-1 where he really excels.
Mauger tried to knock that post off that Whitcraft was kind of just try to get his his body and hips away from that Russian, but the shot was just too far away. Couldn't get to it. Nice change up, nice pull. Coach Adam Hall says, keep your pace going, keep your pace going. If we can hang here in this pace, we can push these guys.
Yeah, Utah Valley, one of those campuses out here in the West that has a little bit of advantage with the elevation and guys training at a high level. Sometimes benefits them going into the third period.
Woodcraft had a shot from long away, but nice and low. Ends up able to capture both hills, puts Mauger on his butt for a three-point takedown, but kind of cuts him loose. Mauger 2, Woodcraft 11. 9-point deficit here for Utah Valley University. I like the Mauger's stance. It's pretty just solid.
Yeah, Mauger really good at hand fighting.
Another throw attempt here.
Yeah, both guys like this upper body stuff. 15 seconds left in the
Another
second
throw.
period.
And that was more Mauger kind of trying to close the gap and get some distance. Just got caught. We got to get up on our neck and bridge out of this, and that's a fall. Woodcraft at 133 pounds coming away with the pin victory over Case Mauger.
133 pounds from Oklahoma State University, Reese Woodcraft.
Takes us to 141 pounds.
Hey, 141. An Oklahoma State wrestler will be Coulter Burton, an Idaho native, freshman at Oklahoma State. And for Utah Valley, Hayden Drury, currently ranked number 26 in the country, redshirt junior from Washington State.
Drury had some nice matches. Again, we had some tough duels right off the gate. Had some good victories for us as well.
Yeah, Drury last week in Nebraska, taking number 4, Brock Hardy, a Utah native as well. Took him to the third period. Extremely close match there. Drury just getting close.
Nice pat or returns in favor here. Burton goes from a arm drag, Drury goes from an arm drag,
to
almost
redrag.
gets it, and then Burton ends up going to a redrag. So both guys dishing out that medicine. Stalemate in the front headlock.
Let's hear it, Utah Valley fans.
Utah Valley fans looking at the lineups tonight, hoping to come away with a victory in this bout.
Drury here with a 2-on-1. Well, kind of got an elbow captured down with some nice head position. We got to change up, move out. Nice job there. He snaps him down. His elbow's deep, though. And Burton was able to hold on to the hand to avoid any kind of go-behind. Deep underhook and an ankle. Oh, knee pick or knee tap, ankle pick almost. Wasn't able to drive through it before Burton drops to his knees.
Drury, an NCAA qualifier. Out last season with injury.
Good exchanges here, both guys.
1 minute remaining in the first period. 1 minute remaining.
.45 seconds left in the first period.
A lot of pressure here. Both guys pushing. Burton not willing to give up any space, but man, Drury really putting some pressure moving forward again. Attacks again out of bounds. If he shoots again here, look at this. Both guys just a lot of pressure.
UVU fans looking for a stall. Burton does a good job of circling back in.
Another attempt by Drury to do a snap down.
Drury has had him in this position quite a bit this match.
If you look, though, Burton does a good job grabbing that elbow, pulling the elbow down, and centering his head into the chest of Drury, so it makes it hard to score off of that. Short time.
Drury's been working this position with Coach Joey LaValle, a Mizzou alum, All-American at Mizzou. He's gotten really good in this spot. As they go into the second period, UVU will be bottom. Scoreless, 0-0.
Nice, quick stand-up by Drury. Earns a escape with very little riding time accumulated by Burton. In a place where the match is close, including even at 125 right there with Bridger Ricks. Riding time was a factor, and man, he comes away with another stall call, and anyways, that puts the match tied. Then he ends up getting a takedown anyways, but oh, nice shot here. He's got it deep and shelved up on his thigh, looking to isolate it and or elevate it. Look at him pull the splits. Burton very flexible. Got to keep attacking to that far hip and far leg, or pull it out and elevate it up. Out.
Ref gives 3 here on the edge. Burton really gamey, though, at that takedown. Burton back close to his home state, Pocatello, Idaho, not too far from the campus of Utah Valley. Minute left in the second period. 7th bout of the night. Looks like we got a little blood time.
I saw a brick thrown as well, so I don't know if, Coach David Taylor threw a brick. Probably challenging that was indeed a takedown. So these referees will review that.
Referee's looking at it.
We'll watch the replay here on our screen. Let's see what we can see, Chasen.
I see Coach Williams.
He's in the house.
Coach Williams.
Now watch this here. So he's reaching for the far hip. Yeah, man, we go to the mat.
He's got weight on his hand.
Weight on his hands to come up. I mean, I
but
call
there's
that
reaction
a takedown.
time. So referee goes ahead and awards the 3, and they're going to keep the brick at the head table.
Okay, Drury now ahead 4-0. 1 minute left. Look to ride tough. Whips him down with a step behind trip.
50 seconds remaining in the second. 50 seconds remaining.
Drury with the hands locked. He's going to try to lift and return. Got his feet off. That's the way you want to do it, but to a roll. Oh, and then we jump out. No, nothing yet.
Close escape. Drury dives back in on that leg. And Burton really gamey doing the splits again.
A stall call. That's a unique development that we've had in the last couple years too. No matter what position you're in, if I'm on top and I have a leg, I have to move up.
Yeah, you can't drop to a leg. It's not. I like the rule change. I think it promotes action. If someone's going to get away from you, you can't just drop to a leg and wait.
Drury felt comfortable going, you know what, if I have to hold this here, I'm not going to advance this position, nor am I going to give up a reversal and an escape with such short time. He goes, okay, I'll take that stall call. But he's riding tough here with 10 seconds left. Close on the edge of the mat. He's got to do something to keep that lock around his waist. He's doing a good job again, lifting and returning. Nice job to close out that second period.
Yeah, Sam, like you said, most guys will take a stall warning over an escape point.
All day.
Oklahoma State would choose bottom going into the third period. We got our Utah Valley Wolverine up 4-0 with over a minute of riding time is a factor.
Good job. All that weight, you see it up on Burton's hands. Drury doing a good job of keeping that spiral ride. Now he's got a wrist, but he's keeping that deep spiral ride. Heavy pressure up on the hips, or excuse me, on the hands of Burton.
Drury doing a really good job of keeping the pressure forward and keep wrestling.
We locked in riding time at this point. Even if there was a reversal, we've secured that time. So technically match is up 5-0 here with looks like he almost went for a tilt opportunity or a turn. Here he goes again.
Not quite.
Drury comfortable there. That's a unique one, Chase, and you got to expose your back and roll through. Not tight enough to actually pull Burton's hips all crossed and go into this tilt position. I think Burton feels that pressure coming, so he's really putting that hip down. So Drury's unable to roll him through.
30 seconds remaining in the match. 30 seconds remaining.
Another lift and another heavy return. It's great finishes here.
15 seconds left in the match. So the wrestlers go out of bounds. UVU fans on their feet. Seconds away from the first victory of the evening. Here for the Wolverines. Looking for a big lift.
7.
Drury puts him into the head table.
Fans are getting wild. We're going to get away with our first victory of the night against this storied program. Hats off to Hayden Drury. Number 26 ranked. I got to give my hats off to Colton Burton, freshman. That was a tough match. He still wrestled that tough, but man, Drury came away with a victory. Just wrestled a better match, Chasen.
Hey, on paper, only match that Utah Valley was favored to win tonight with a ranked wrestler going against a freshman. Up until this point, it's been kind of the other way around. UVU fans pumped on that win.
Stay with us, Utah Valley fans and Oklahoma State Cowboy fans. We will be back.
Campuses nationwide, the NCAA is making transformative changes for student athletes. While they pursue their biggest dreams, we're launching new initiatives to help them. Life-changing education opportunities are just the start. The NCAA is providing enhanced mental health services. We're guaranteeing scholarships and tuition and expanding access to healthcare. Visit ncaa.org/change to learn more.
Across the country, there are destinations that are calling. We stand proudly above the ranks, a testament to our unwavering commitment to excellence in all that we do. Always embracing the extraordinary. 9 dynamic cities, home to 9 world-class institutions. The Western Athletic Conference. Together, we are one WAC.
Wrestling fans, welcome back to the Utah Community Credit Union Center on Utah Valley University campus, where the Wolverines are hosting the Cowboys of Oklahoma State University.
Hey, we have 149 pounds, Carter Young wrestling for the Cowboys, and Kiveli Quintanilla for the Utah Valley Wolverines.
Carter Young, 18th ranked. Again, one of the many in the Cowboy lineup with a national ranking.
Yeah, Carter Young, extremely good true freshman season. He had a 12-9 record, but he was at the NCAA championships. He placed third the senior world team trials.
Fireman carry right
He beat
there.
national champs going for there.
Tough wrestler. Goes for a fireman carry, but unable to keep that elbow. Quintanilla actually pulls his elbow back, and now we're in the scramble position.
No score at this point. Ref says potentially dangerous. Kiveli, redshirt freshman from Spokane, Washington. Second Washington native to join the Wolverines tonight.
Takedown by Young.
Young, a two-time NCAA qualifier. Last year, sat out of the season due to a knee injury. That happened at the Big 12s.
One minute remaining in the first period, 1 minute remaining. We're out of bounds, no change.
57 seconds left in the first period. Wrestlers go back to the center. Carter Young, a Stillwater, Oklahoma native. Stayed very close to home.
Oh, heavy pull to a nice shot. Man, that's hard to defend against Chasen.
Puts the score 6-1 for the Cowboys.
We got to get Quintanilla. You see where his hips are flat to the mat. We want to see his knees come up underneath him. But, man, Young's putting a lot of pressure there on the back of the shoulder to capture down and grab that elbow. You got a cross wrist here almost.
And after one, Young takes a 6-1 lead.
Coach Hall instructs his athlete to choose bottom here. So we go into the second period.
You know, I've said this, as much as a couple takedowns kind of blows that lead out, 6 points is a lot. Equally, if you could get to your feet in this position, which Quintanilla does, man, it's a 6-2. You throw a takedown in there. Now it's a very close match. So that sword cuts both ways, which he does. He does a go behind, captures the knee and the legs. Young able to kick his leg over. Now we're in this kind of scramble position. He kicks out and earns a escape point here.
Utah Valley wrestling coaches hoping to keep that momentum.
But that's what I kind of, right as I was saying, you know, we get the match close with another escape and a takedown. But, you know, a takedown here by Quintanilla, that gets the match even closer.
Current score 7-5.
Heavy club, heavy hands by Quintanilla.
Number 18, Carter Young, up 10-5. Less than a minute left in the second period.
Escape point earned. We're back on our feet. Oh, just an arm drag to an outside shot. Goes behind. That was smooth. Oh, almost cuts it, but then jumps on the head and leg for a cradle. Kind of pushing Quintanilla's head down. Again, he's kind of relentless. He's head hunting, trying to go for that capture cradle from the feet. Pretty easy go behind there. Quintanilla is, I don't think he needs to be desperate. Still got the entire third period, but he kind of dove up underneath Young. Young easily just redirected, went behind.
Utah Valley mantra this season, looking to push the pace, stay in the match, keep wrestling, every position, be stingy. As we go into the third period, OSU up 16-7.
Another drag to that's such a smooth move that Young hits. Drag to an outside single leg, and then it just the go behind. I don't know if Quintanilla's lost his gas. I mean, his head's down. He's got to fight and get his head up, start circling those feet. Yeah, he looks heavy, man. Another takedown. These are like go behind. I mean, this is like down block, go behind stuff. Another fireman, but just actually lets the arm go, so turns it into a single leg drape. Three-point takedown brings that score to 25 to 9.
That'll be a tech fall for Carter Young, Oklahoma State Cowboy. Our 8th match of the night. We'll go right into 157 pounds. Oklahoma State's number 8 ranked wrestler in the country, T. Travis. He'll be wrestling a freshman. Wrestled for Teton High School in Idaho, Riker Fulmer. It's been one of the crowd's favorites this season as he comes out. He doesn't take a lot of crap. You noticed as they shook hands in the beginning, he pushed past him, went to the center.
I kind of don't understand. Maybe that's a Oklahoma State thing where they're not going to meet the guy and shake his hand in the middle of the mat. They're going to go all the way, not even on the mat. He's on the carpet where the guys are running out for, we'll call it the show of the showmanship of the evening. And man, he blew past him.
Kind of shoulder checked him a little. The crowd liked it. Travis, one of the non-Oklahoma native athletes on the lineup, hails from Missouri. Only lost 4 matches in high school. Last year going 2-2 at his first appearance in the NCAA championships. Comes into this season ranked number 8.
So high hopes on the season for Travis. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Both guys wrestle in the middle here. The hands are heavy. The fight's good.
Halfway through the first period. Still scoreless.
Reach for a shot there, not close enough to even touch the ankles. Riker with some decent motion here. I mean, he's keeping the pace going. Deep underhook. See what he can do with that, right?
Minute left in the first period. Coach Joey LaValle saying, keep your hands low here.
Fulmer fixing his headgear.
Wonder if they're broken. He's had issues with them earlier.
We're back to the action. 31 seconds. Right in the middle, Teague with a shot. Both wrestlers vying for the position to take that shot. Travis has had a couple more shots, I think. We're on the edge of the mat. We got to see.
That'll be it for the first period. It's Utah Valley's choice. Riker Fulmer chooses bottom, and he's got blood. Blood time, also an opportunity for coaches to get some advice in, mat side advice. UVU with over 4,000 fans in attendance tonight.
4,000.
Riker Fulmer choosing bottom as we go into the second period.
Travis looking tough on top with this spiral ride. Tries to just kick that post foot out. Riding on that ankle. Bumping the elbow forward, keeping weight up on Fulmer's hands. Fulmer does a good job to change over. He's got his back straight, but gets pushed back down. He's working for that right position, Chasen. Trying to knee slide out, put his back behind him. Oh, nice switch. And he earns an escape. Nice job by Fulmer.
Yeah, that'll put Fulmer up 1-0 going into the last minute of the round and successfully blocked.
This next minute's super duper important, right? We block riding time, number one, but the other thing that we're doing is, with us up one, a takedown here, some scoring opportunities here, that changes the entire trajectory of the third period here. So you got to either wrestle tough and earn some offense, or do what you got to do to keep the match super close.
Both guys seem evenly matched on their feet here.
Front headlock. We want to see Riker actually use that, keep his head down, turn it into a shot, and push him out.
Ref says action kept going. 17 seconds left in the second period.
Almost a post to a shot here by Travis. Short time.
That'll be it for the first 2 periods of the match. Oklahoma State gets choice going into the third. Coaching staff for the Cowboys instructs them to go bottom.
So here's an example, I think, again, in one of the positions in college wrestling that you see, if you can wrestle tough, you can win matches. If I can hold a guy down. Now, Former's got himself in a precarious position here where Travis immediately turned and faced. Now he's captured legs. We're in a kind of a scramble, but let's see if Former can elevate a foot here. That's the name of the game here when we're scrambling. Let's give up 1, not 2, right?
Yeah, ref goes ahead and awards point. They're technically neutral.
Tied match, stalemate. Okay, 124. Chasing, I mean, essentially, this is like sudden victory. The 3-point takedown could ice this match. Got blood timeout again. Man, Riker's got a either bloody nose or bloody lip. It keeps gushing.
Coach Timmy McCall with the assist here, helping up with some blood. Give him some advice here. Coach Timmy, the stoic one of the group.
I could see that. There's a lot of talk with our new coaching staff. There's just like this new breath of life into the program, into what we're doing as far as recruiting. It's just a new era. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it feels different at Utah Valley.
Certainly tonight with 4,000 strong showing up for the Wolverines. It's been fun. I mean, here, while we got a couple matches that have been close, we got a victory here. We got our marquee matchup coming up next with Cameron Amin and against Terrell Barraclaw. Travis comes away with that takedown. It's not over. Riker Fulmer can get his knees up under him, earn a escape. Still time. Went out of bounds, but both feet went out of bounds, but maybe the recovery was enough. Travis keeps the toe in while this clock still runs down. You got to try to get out and get that fresh start, right, Chasen?
Yeah, you'll notice, some of these more experienced wrestlers, they have the mat awareness. They know how much time's on the clock. They know if they need to keep a toe in bounds. Little things like that pay dividends.
Got to move. Oh, almost kind of a Granby roll. Oh, to a switch to go behind. Too little, too late.
That'll be it for the 9th bout of the night. Teague Travis comes away with the victory. Strong performance from freshman Riker Fulmer as he took on the number 8 wrestler in the country. Comes down to a takedown.
All right, Jason, this is the one we've all been waiting for. There's a reason why we made it the last match of the night. Excited for our stud transfer, Terrell Barraclaw. Utah native, been wrestling at Penn State, decides to take his senior year and come out here. Similarly, he said, I'm going to come back home. Some of these guys that have transferred to Oklahoma State, also a transfer. Cameron Amin from the University of Michigan. Number 5 ranked versus number 6 ranked. This match is going to be awesome.
This is big time. Terrell been an awesome addition to Utah Valley's program. He's come off some big wins. Defeating number 3 Garvin of Stanford early in the season. Last week beating Nebraska's ranked wrestler.
First match out of the season, ranked 16th, beats the number 3.
Terrell actually might have a history with Coach David Taylor. They overlap time at Penn State. Might have wrestled a couple times.
You'd have to, right?
Cameron Amin, no slouch, extremely vetted wrestler. Spent his whole career at Michigan, where he's from. Wrestled in Detroit growing up. He's placed 4th at the NCAA championships.
Yeah, always been in tough matches. You've seen him in the semifinals, seen him wrestling tough. Wrestling a tough tournament where he hasn't been in the finals, but earned his way back to that All-American status. Bear Claw never able to wrestle, wasn't the top guy on Penn State's team, so has never wrestled postseason. What we've seen thus far, man, there's good things in store for Terrell.
He's been chomping at the bit, sitting on the bench at Penn State for 5 years. Happy to be out. He loves the competition. He views himself as a gladiator, putting on a show.
This is the exact type of talent that Utah Valley wants to keep inside of our state, inside of our room. And I think, with change up, you've seen some guys just like Terrell. He says, hey, you know what, I'm coming back. There's other guys that have some options to go other places, but they're saying, no, Utah's my home. Utah's where I'm going to wrestle. And I think we're going to start to see that more. We're seeing a really good, committed recruiting class coming in.
We've already seen it. We've kept a lot of the strong talent in state. They've signed coming here next season. So looking forward, bright future here at Utah Valley. See what Terrell Bearclaw delivers tonight.
Equal hand fight here in the first period. Both guys sizing each other up, both with heavy hands, both with some sharp hand fighting and head pulling.
Terrell Bearclaw, a product of Layton High School, as well as Cale Benny on the lineup. It's just an athlete factory up there. Luckily, keeping some of these guys in state.
Layton High School, but from Kaysville, Utah.
Is that a good place?
It's one of the best places I hear. It's where Sam Allen is from, previous Utah Valley University wrestler, Davis High School. Short time here in the first, and the crowd's getting amped. We want to see that action.
There'll be a scoreless first period.
Amin and Bearclaw
move forward.
Amin chooses down in the second period. Yeah, you could tell the crowd wants this. There's just this hint of anticipation just holding in the air here. Close first period.
Amin quick to his feet. Terrell really good in there.
He's so good on
top. Throws a leg in. He stretches them out. And he can also return guys with that left leg in. He kind of kicks the back of their kneecap and puts them back to the mat if they stand.
Yeah, he's got a unique way that he likes to ride, where if a guy stands, he'll actually trip them backwards by extending his leg out. But a crossbody ride here, over the top. Oh, you're going to look here. He's trying to break him down. Amin keeping a strong base, exactly where you'd want to be. His position's nice here.
Terrell, the lone senior on Utah Valley's lineup, graduate of Penn State. Transfers here, brings a wealth of knowledge, of leadership, of example. And he's in a place where he's truly appreciated.
That's the only thing that I love. I mean, I've loved watching him wrestle thus far this year. There's only better things in store. Let's keep him healthy. But, man, I wish so bad he would have been here his whole career.
I think he might wish that too, but actually got a stall on Utah Valley. But riding time is a factor at this point. 1:20 on the board. 40 seconds left in the second period. Bearclaw still on top.
This is the type of match, again, early in the year. Terrell's already had 3 of these matches, but where you have a highly ranked opponent, this is an indication of where we're going to be at the end of the year. Bearclaw, number 6. Amin, number 5. This is the type of match you're going to see in an All-American blood round. Short time, almost to a shoulder hug type of tilt, but Amin rolls through. Got a crossbody right again. Bear Claw almost like locks through the shoulder and through the crotch area. I don't know if he has a turn through there.
Short time in the second period. And that'll be it for the second period. Terrell Bear Claw rides out Cam Amin for an entire round.
I guess I just didn't feel like Amin was really – he had good position. I'm not saying he's giving up good position, but there was no, like, fire. Maybe he felt like he's like, you know what, I'm going to just take this to the third period.
Coach Taylor says, look to ride. If you can't, let's cut him and go on our feet. Looks like that's kind of how it went.
All right, so close match. If you recall, that first period, both wrestlers pretty equal in the way they hand fought and held position right in the center of the mat. Let's see if Bear Claw can either turn some offense on or just wrestle tough, where the hand fight and the position helps him win this match. With a riding time point hanging in the wings, Bear Claw up 2-0.
UVU's entire bench on their feet.
This is the one you want to end the night out with. Honestly, we had a good victory with Hayden Drury. But, man, a finish here with a very, very highly ranked wrestler. I mean, if you're a follower of NCAA wrestling, you've seen Cam Amin for years in the top echelons of his weight class. And so this is a big win. Oh, shot from outside, but Bear Claw's got plenty of time to drop his level and block with his head and chest.
Last minute of the duel, Terrell Bear Claw up 1-0. Riding time locked in, 2-0. 48 seconds left in the match. UVU in the lead. Cam Amin shooting from distance.
35 seconds. Oh, Amin with a throw down, go behind, but no takedown
score
yet. Nothing yet. The takedown was nice by Amin. I mean, he whipped him by, got to go behind.
Adam Hall throws a brick. He's gonna challenge this. He got his brick back after the first challenge. Cam Amin, that mat awareness. With Terrell Bear Claw's riding time point, an escape would tie it up with 16 seconds left.
Yeah, that's why this is such a pivotal 16 seconds. I don't think it's a bad idea to challenge. Let's just go ahead and make sure that was a takedown, number one. But let's say worst case scenario, I get a couple seconds. I think they made quick, or here they go. They're going to go ahead and take a replay of this.
Yeah, Adam chatted with the refs.
Here's a replay. They're going to go back. The refs are taking a look at it. Let's take a look at it. We're on the edge, but we're way, way out. And it looks like we step out. So I think the brick was thrown because it's like, no.
We were already out.
You can't get a takedown because we were out of bounds. The call in question is, were we out of bounds? Should we have even still been wrestling? Coach Taylor urging Amin on. I got to appreciate, I actually feel like Coach Hall, I don't think he frivolously throws it. He's like, he got good vision.
Well, he was probably the closest one to that interaction there and that exchange, whether it was in or out. The refs are going to make the call, but either way, they were able to coach up Terrell. They know what to do, and it comes back into action, whether they're on their feet or he's on bottom.
That's the good news is this match is far from over. 16 seconds is enough time to escape, put this into an overtime situation where, you know what? Let's put it to the test. What's the sudden victory look like?
I mean, Terrell's first escape was within 16 seconds.
Yes. Based on the replay I saw, Chasen, I mean, I literally saw green in between the yellow on the mat and the green of the mat. I saw green in between Amin's foot. Tells me that they stepped out. Now, whether the refs want to say, hey, you know what, we're gonna honor that out of bounds. Coach David Taylor's got a view of the screen.
Yeah, he's watching it with them.
He is soaking it in hard.
They're both watching. Oklahoma State staff's really close to where they review the video, and they're watching the videos over the ref's shoulders.
They got the ups on that. Coach Hall's trying to edge his way forward. either way, let's say there's 16 seconds, or they might adjust time if it was an out of bounds, but say they adjust time, there's still time for Amin to earn that takedown, which could ice the match as well. So
hey,
this match is still
we're wrestling.
Hot. Yeah, we're still hot here. And by no means is this even close to over.
Ref has made a decision. He's going to talk to Coach Hall about it. Official ruling, 3 takedown. Terrell Bearclaw will be up bottom, 16 seconds left. Escape ties up the match. And he's got one.
Okay,
UVU crowd on their feet.
Let's go into sudden victory now. 8 seconds, we got to hold position. Both guys, maybe they're content and saying, hey, I want a fresh clock for a sudden victory overtime.
Margins are thin here, Sammy.
Dude, the energy's crazy up in here.
When we go into overtime, takedown wins the match. There'll be 2 minutes put on the clock. Score set back to 0. Both wrestlers on their feet.
So here's the deal. Cam Amin was the one that actually had the offense that scored in this match. And so, I'm going to look for Bearclaw to actually turn the tough position that he can hold with his, feet planted in the center of the mat. He is so fundamentally sound, but he's got to turn on some offense to win here.
Yeah, Terrell facing off against number 5 in the country, 3-time All-American for Michigan. Awesome match. Terrell reaches there.
Bearclaw's early season victory over number 3 ranked Hunter Garvin of Stanford was a sudden victory win as well. So, he's not a stranger to this position.
Stanford's Garvin, actually the one who beat Amin last year at NCAAs.
That's right. I forgot that. Oh, Amin with a change of level on a shot, another shot, but down blocks. Bearclaw in a front headlock here. Let's see what he can turn out of this.
They'll go stale. 45 seconds left in the first overtime.
Bearclaw with some motion. Bearclaw with the heavy hands. Amin digging for that underhook. Isn't able to get it, so he's in an overhand drape. Pulls out of that far shot. That's a second shot. Amin's hit from some distance. First one got in a little bit. That one wasn't even close.
20 seconds left on the clock.
Well, I'm looking for, let's just watch. I don't want to comment on the next 16 seconds, but let's just see how we go. Another, that was a similar how he got his takedown. A heavy snap down, drag down that he ends up going to a go behind. Bearclaw peeling the hand off the back of his head. 3 seconds.
We're going to continue overtime. They'll do some top-bottom, which, as far as this match has gone, has favored Terrell Bearclaw. He's escaped quickly. He's rode him. And it'll be Utah Valley's choice to go bottom first.
So here's the thing. You said it best, Jason. If you look at it, the rest of this match, Bearclaw escapes quickly, and he rides hard. So we're going to look for an escape quickly here. Nice stand-up. He's got his isolating hands, hand fighting right here. Amin's stalling.
They call stalling on Oklahoma State here.
And he gets the escape.
Terrell up 4-3.
We keep wrestling, though. There's 15 seconds. Bearclaw is so fundamentally sound. He just holds position so well right in the middle of the mat. Oh, and a shot. He could end this. He could go. Oh, man.
He's still wrestling. Oklahoma State coach is deliberating in the corner. Amin has choice to go bottom. He has to get an escape to win this match. Terrell has to ride him out.
I feel good about our chances. Oh, he's got a hook.
He caught the leg coming in.
Well, you don't want to give up a reversal, so this is a unique situation here where Bear Claw's got to use, he's actually using his feet, his hands to create a scramble, a lock.
They're going to stop the match here. They're saying locking hands.
I'm trying to understand.
1 point red, Oklahoma State. Now we're tied again.
We are.
Razor close match, Sam. Now an escape would win the match for Cam Amin.
9 seconds. Bear Claw's wrestling tough here. Caution, false start. Bear Claw eager. I would be too.
Coach Hall giving some mat side advice as they get that clock set back.
Out of bounds, 2 seconds.
Oklahoma State fans wanting to stall there, but action kind of went out of bounds. There was no stall awarded. Both guys with the stall warning.
That's true. That's true. And that matters here, you know, where you're trying to burn clock on a sudden or a double overtime here. 3, 2, 1.
Terrell looks to chin him back. He's saying, oh, he locked hands on me. They're chit-chatting. We're going to keep wrestling, though. Cam Amin wants the brick thrown, but they're going to award the match to Terrell Bearclaw. Upset over number 5, Cam Amin of Oklahoma State. Crowd is on their feet. Terrell Bearclaw hyped. The closest of matches, Sam. Double overtime.
Well, hey, wrestling fans, UVU wrestling fans or Oklahoma State, we're going to go to a short break here. We're going to have Coach Adam Hall join us for a little bit of a post-match Q&A with us here at the announcers table. Stick with us. We got Wolverine Wrestling welcoming in the Cowboys of Oklahoma State. We appreciate their attendance tonight. Great matchup. Stay with us.
Hey, what you working on?
Filling out my bracket. Picking teams is brutal.
I did mine using AI.
AI can do that?
Yeah. Here, I'll show you.
I can't always be the answer.
Florida.
Florida?
It's AI, who knows?
Getting it right is hard, even with the help of AI.
Just ask AI. Just ask AI.
Join the Wolverine Club, a simple message with a major impact. Support student athletes like former Utah Valley University men's basketball star, graduate, and 13-year pro basketball veteran Ryan Toulson. Ryan is the basketball program's all-time leading scorer and holds 7 UVU career records. Support the next professional basketball athlete by joining the Wolverine Club today.
Hey, welcome back to Utah Valley University, where we had the Oklahoma State Cowboys going up against the Utah Valley University Wolverines. We are joined by Coach Adam Hall, first-year coach. Coach, tonight we had a storied program in town. We come away with 2 victories. Tell me your thoughts on the matchup. Just, 2 of 10 we come away with. What are your thoughts?
I'm not happy. I told you this is probably going to be short because there's a lot. I have more things to say to our team, but we had better effort last week in Nebraska. I'm just disappointed. I'm disappointed in our effort tonight. I don't care who we're wrestling. I don't care who comes to town. Penn State, Iowa, Oklahoma State. It doesn't matter to me, right? The only way you're going to be in matches like this is if you go with them and you take the fight to them. And I just really don't think that we did that tonight, unfortunately.
Coach Hall, with obviously high standards, what's the plan moving forward?
We got to create harder opportunities in the room. Look, at the end of the day, it's November, and if our guys are progressing the way they need to be towards the end of the season, people often don't remember what happened in November. But I'm going to remember, because what's going to drive us forward, right? That feeling. Like, I'm happy for Terrell because he works his butt off to get a victory like that, and he had to do it the hard way. And that just goes to his character. Same with Hayden. But to be honest, like, you watch what we were doing most of the match, and I'm not okay with that. We're a team that moves forward, and it wasn't reflected tonight, unfortunately.
Well, Coach, we're going to let you go. I'll tell you, you heard it from Coach. What happens in November, no one remembers at the end of the season, but this guy does. We're on a mission to get better every week. We got big things in store with Utah Valley University Wrestling and the Wolverines. Coach, thanks so much for joining us.
Appreciate you guys having me.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
All right, wrestling fans, we do appreciate you joining us tonight. Final match score, Oklahoma State, stud team, number 3 ranked in the country, coming away with 38 points over Utah Valley University Wolverines, 6. Chasen, any last thoughts that you have?
Yeah, fans, stick with us as we travel to North Carolina State next week, and then the Cliff Keen Invitational in Vegas, December 5th and 6th. Some tough wrestling. Good competition.
Yeah, the gas pedal doesn't come off for Coach Hall. He's going head on. NC State, great team, ranked team. We're going to the Cliff Keen. That's a tough tournament. Guys, so much good wrestling is going to happen. Stay with us. Follow us on social media, Utah Valley University Wrestling. There's good stuff in store. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thanks.